Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Asian Health Services annual event, Benefit Gala. We're doing it virtual style this year, as you can tell. My name is Mike Inoue, and I'm NBC Bay Area's traffic anchor with you Monday through Friday on NBC Bay Area. The Bay Area is also home for Asian Health Services. We'll talk about the relationship there, the community, but the community we have tonight, over 800 people registered. Thank you very much. And remember, you can forward on this information because, well, it's on the computer. Now, tonight's program, you'll recall, is named Seizing the Moment, because the moment is right now for you to connect with Asian Health Services. If you want to hold off judgment because you might not know enough about this organization, then do stick with us through the evening. Check out the honorees and check out all of the services that Asian Health Services provides. One of those is connection. We talked about the community. Our community is big on the Warriors, world champion basketball players, and also they have a world champion hype man. His name's Franco Finn. He's with us tonight, and he'll help you connect more directly with AHS. He has a live auction and another way that you can connect. And remember, the silent auction continues, so you don't have to leave this link. You stay with us right here. And staying with us, someone that Franco and I are fans of, the champion for this organization, a national leader, the Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Sherry Hirota, and the Chief Deputy of Administration, Ms. Julia Liao.
Welcome to Asian Health Services 2020 Virtual Gala. We are thrilled to have all of you here tonight.
I'll tell you, folks,
Welcome to Asian Health Services 2020 Virtual Gala. We are thrilled to have all of you here tonight with us, virtually, to celebrate Asian Health Services' 46th year of service.
Yes, Julia, 2020 was a crazy year. We faced challenges we never expected: COVID-19, the fires, and even anti-Asian racism.
But there might be a silver lining. Having a virtual event allows us to include our friends and supporters across the country to pay tribute to three exceptional individuals: Helen Zia, Daniel Dae Kim, and Viet Thanh Nguyen. They have been unapologetic voices that have pushed the boundaries to ensure that our community's voices and stories are both seen and heard. So we are so honored tonight to recognize these three who exemplify our theme tonight, Seizing the Moment.
As a community, we will look back on 2020 and know that we responded with resilience, compassion, and generosity.
At the end, really the heroes of this all are the Asian Health Services staff, the essential workers, who have never missed a beat and kept our doors open and have served as a lifeline, a critical lifeline for our patients and our community. Thank you all, and enjoy the show.
I'll tell you, folks, I wish I had the energy of our next speaker. I can't tell you how many times I've seen her from Washington, and I don't know how she keeps going. I know why she keeps going, though. It's because of organizations like Asian Health Services. It's because of immigrant rights. It's because of social justice. It's because of the needs of the people who need to be represented. She is a representative of this very area, the Bay Area, but she also represents her friends like our CEO, Sherry Hirota. So without further ado, I can't do it for her. She is going to bring the energy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce Congresswoman Barbara Lee.
I'm Congresswoman Barbara Lee, and I wanted to welcome everyone to Asian Health Services' 46th Annual Gala. First, I want to thank and applaud my good friend Sherry Hirota and Asian Health Services for its tireless efforts in addressing the thousands in need of critical health, dental, and behavioral health care services during this time of COVID-19. It's no surprise that Asian Health Services is one of the top performing health centers in the country, ranking in the top 1 to 2% of health centers in the nation in top quality care. And on top of that, Asian Health Services is galvanizing a national movement to protect our immigrant families while making sure COVID testing is accessible and providing critical resources and support to our children, parents, and families facing extraordinary challenges and barriers. Thank you, Asian Health Services, for being a champion for our most vulnerable and, yes, an exceptional leader and model for the nation during this crisis.
Thank you, Congresswoman Barbara Lee, our champion. She's always fought for what's right, for social justice, and for Asian health services. As she said, remember, out of 1,400 health centers around this nation, Asian Health Services, AHS, this group right here, one of the top performers. That is amazing. Even more amazing, well, during this time, the pandemic, things are so difficult. We're coming across obstacles never before seen or heard of, and they're connecting the community. They're doing so much more. For more of their story, I'm going to let this show itself. Please, I'd like to introduce you to more about AHS.
It was like the community went underground even before the nation sheltered in place. By the first week of March, the health center visits was down to 9% of normal. Chinatown restaurants were shuttered and closed, and the community seemed to isolate itself, fearful not only of the COVID-19 virus, but of the anti-Asian attacks that were happening almost weekly. The clinic and staff rallied immediately with rapid response and radical transformation. 135 laptops were purchased overnight, 70 iPhones, and portable Wi-Fi. Face masks were donated by nail salon owners, and thousands of PPE were donated both by individuals and organizations, including the Committee of 100. We transform healthcare services from in-person care to telemedicine. Patients were called, and they were actually able to get their health care delivered through remote monitoring and patient care.
A
lot of our patients are food insecure. And so the things that we started asking them is if they had enough food, if they had enough medication, who are they leaning on for support? So we're really addressing all the social determinants of health to make sure that our patients were doing okay during the pandemic.
我就呢一次嘅疫情咁緊張咧，但係咧，因為有巴建社李姑娘，所以將我喺呢個疫情中咧，能夠搞掂咗，好迅速就搞掂咗，攞翻嗰個白卡嘅功效，咁我就可以繼續攞嘢。我好高興，真係好感激。
Another thing that we noticed is that our patients in our communities were not getting tested at the rates of other populations. So we started a testing site in Chinatown where our patients live and work. With the Madison Park testing site, we're able to provide testing that is walk-up, testing that is in language, and we'll provide the assistance if patients aren't able to use an online platform.
Today we are at 85% of our normal patient volume. We are proud of everyone at Asian Health Services. Each and every one stepped up as an essential provider and showed up to serve the community. We will not be distracted or sidelined by the immense challenges before us. Asian Health Services will continue to rise to meet the health needs of our community.
Simply amazing, everybody. And yes, we're going to come together as a community during this pandemic. And folks, these are the heroes who've been on the front line during this historic crisis, serving our most vulnerable, which is our children, families, and seniors especially. And that's why we are here tonight. Let me introduce myself. My name is Franco Finn. You may know me for the last 20 years as your hype man for your Golden State Warriors. Indeed. So I know we got a lot of Dub Nation fans and Warrior fans in the house virtually here tonight. And so thank you so much. It's all about strength in numbers. You know, Draymond Green does his little muscle strength in numbers. The whole Warriors organization, Steve Kerr, said from the get-go in 2015 that we are together. One team, one dream, champions in our community, which we're going to do tonight. And we certainly have those strength in numbers because we have Over 1,000 people on tonight virtually. How amazing is that to even get together during this pandemic? Nothing is stopping us. COVID's not stopping us. We're getting together because we know we have much needed funds to help our most vulnerable in our community right now. And we're not going to let them, suffer anymore. We want to help them as much as we can. And so AHS has kept its doors open to provide access to critical health care for those in greatest need during this crisis. And I know AHS is there for our community, our immigrants who are the strengths of this nation, like my own parents. I'm a son of an immigrant myself. I've done this event many times, and I share this story because my mom and my grandparents, they migrated over here, and they were immigrants, and they didn't have much. So I think about them, those that need it most, especially for those immigrants that are here and are struggling, especially during this most difficult time. So I ask you to channel that, to think about them, and let's give with the kindness of our hearts tonight. So this is one of my favorite parts. It is the Fund a Need, 100% tax deductible. This is going to AHS, the families, the kids, the seniors in particular as well. We've got a goal tonight. I know we could reach at least 35,000 in the Fund a Need. That's our goal. You're going to see the thermometer rising as well. We already got some great contributions tonight, which is amazing because I know we're not done yet. We're going to go serve this community just like we always do. And even though we're virtual, we're going to make it happen. Let's reach our finish line. Let's be champions in our communities. We got that 35,000 goal indeed. And AHS is kicking off its $2 million COVID capital campaign to ensure that they can continue to be the lifeline for those who are struggling the most. Now, here's how you can help. On your screen, you're going to see a donate button right there. Simple. You make your contributions, simply click on the button. We're going to kick this off with some levels. So hold off to the level you feel comfortable with. Let's make that donation of any amount. There's no gift, large or small, for this. And remember, you don't need the bidding paddles anymore. It's all on the simple fingertips, your mouse button, whatever device you have, your iPhone, your tablet. Let's make it happen. Are you ready? Get these buttons ready to go. I cannot wait. We're going to raise a lot of money. I know the thermometer is going to be rising here in just a few moments. So let's get ahead and start the Fund a Need. Let's start with a $20,000 level gift. $20,000. I know it's a large gift, but that really makes a huge impact. AHS started the first multilingual COVID testing site, free to everyone. And now they're doing mobile van COVID testing, mental health outreach as well. So you can help support 1 week of mobile van visits. Or if you want to get the word out about your company, here's a perfect way to do so. It's a mobile van sponsorship. Promote your business for 2 months, and you can support AHS. $20,000. Who's got it? Oh, my goodness. Henry Leung Wong, $20,000. Amazing. Give it up for starting out a $20,000 gift. Thank you so much to Henry. So we have different levels, folks. So it's easy. We're asking for the big ones now. This is amazing. We actually have 20,000. You saw it jump up in the thermometer. Anyone else? Last call, all in, all done. Thank you to all those that are giving, but we have multiple levels here, folks, and we really appreciate you giving at any given amount tonight. But let's move on to the next. The 10,000. We already got a 20,000 major gift. Thank you to Henry. Amazing. Now here's what 10,000 can do. Provides 50 high-risk chronically ill patients with smart devices. It monitors their blood pressure, glucose, weight, in the safety and the comfort of their own home. Now, here's what 10,000 could do. You could support one vaccination refrigerator to properly store vaccines, including of future COVID vaccines as well. So who's got it at 10? Would have been 10,000 right here. 10,000, who's got it at 10,000? I know we got a 20 earlier on. There's a 10,000 somewhere in there. I know it. Thank you so much for all those who are pledging. We know there's going to be someone at least to get 10,000 to kick us off. Right here in this, we have a 10,000. Yes, give a high 10 for that one. Thank you so much. Anonymous gift right there. Anyone else at 10,000? All in, all done at $10,000. We got these donations and gifts flooding in. Let's move on to the next level. That is amazing. We have two major gifts, a 20 and a 10, 30 and then some. It is climbing. We're at 232 right here. We are almost to that goal, but I know we have a long ways to go. $5,000. Here's what we can do. We know that this COVID crisis is all about checking symptoms. 5,000 will enable temperature screenings, kiosks, check stations at AHS clinical sites. This means temperature touch-free screening. Talk about touch-free screening. This day, we want to make sure everyone's safe. What an amazing and innovative concept. So who's in it? 5 would have been 5,000. Ray Tong, you are awesome. 5 would have been 5,000 right here. CL at 5,000. I'm giving some virtual high fives for 5,000. Who wants to match? Someone wants to match these 5,000 right here. And I think we're going to match it. Someone's going to come through for another 5,000 match. We have already 2 right now. Thank you, Ray Tong. Thank you to CL. Let's get another 5 would have been 5,000 right here. Who is in? 5,000 temperature checks. This is what it's all about, touch-free screening. Last call for 5,000 or more. The green button is right there. We got another match, ladies and gentlemen. 5 would have been 5,000 right here. Pledging an amount. This is awesome. We just had 15,000 in the last 15 seconds. How amazing. We're not done yet. You see that thermometer rising? We're going to crush it. I know we will. Thank you so much for matching that anonymous gift earlier. 20, the 10, and the 5s right here, right now. So thank you so much right there. Oh my gosh, K-Cam, you are awesome. Let me give you a little fist bump right there. Virtuals right there. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, last call at $5,000. This is what this community is about. It doesn't matter if we're not in person together in a ballroom. We can do this virtually because we know the need for AHS in our community, especially during this time. Let's get it going right here, right now. All in, all done. We're moving on to the last and final level here for the first half of Fund a Need. Now, we have more donations and more gifts at different levels later on tonight. So don't you go anywhere. Stick around because this is where we make an impact. 1,000 right here. Would have been now 1,000. Now here's what 1,000 can do. Mental health needs to be on the rise. Mental health is one of the most important things these days, especially those who've lost jobs, can't afford their medications, rent, food, managing kids at home. Can you imagine how difficult that is? Those with mental health issues and mental health problems. Well, 1,000 enables mobile health units for AHS, the mental health specialists, to provide high needs patients with remote mental health counseling and treatment. Think about what 1,000 could do. We got them coming in. James Hu, Belinda Liu, thank you so much. Tung Nguyen at 1,000. Jocelyn Chang at 1 would have been 1,000. Who else is in? 1,000. Anyone right here, right now? Who's in at 1,000 right now? Let's get it going at $1,000. We're at $256,000 right now. We're trying to get over 300. I know we can do it. Who else is in? Jocelyn Chang, thank you so much. All the gifts at 1,000 or more, 100% tax deductible. This is a write-off, folks, but you know what? You're doing something good tonight. Emily Fan, oh my goodness. Fan me right now because it's hot in here. Come on, Emily, you are awesome at 1,000. Hoyt at 1,000. Woo! Karen Dia, thank you so much. 1,000. Look at these people coming through together. Without a flinch, they are committing. Andy Wang, you rock. Let's keep it going. 1 would have been 1,000. Who else? 1 would have been 1. Here we go. Who else is in at 1,000 right now? Last call. All in, all done. Donald Wong, you are awesome. DW, I know who you are. Come on. You guys are doing great right here. Rosalind Kiang at $1,000. We're at 263,000 right now. It's not done. I know we can do it. Last call. About 5 more seconds left. Are you ready? Are you in? Here we go. 1,000. Get that mouse ready to go. Click it on the button. All in, all done. 1,000 or more. Here we go. And a big round of applause. Oh my goodness. It is getting hot. I could feel it. I thank you. AHS thanks you. What an amazing first part of Fund a Need. We still have more levels later on tonight, but we have a great program. But thank you. Let's keep this momentum going. We're going to continue our exciting Fund a Need in just a few minutes, but I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Tung Nguyen. Dr. Nguyen is a professor of medicine at UCSF, served as commissioner on President Obama's Asian American and Pacific Islander Advisory Commission, also been instrumental in mobilizing voters, including founding the Progressive Vietnamese American organization called Pivot. Here is Dr. Nguyen.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dong Thanh Nguyen. It gives me tremendous pleasure to introduce one of this year's award recipients, Viet Thanh Nguyen. It's a pleasure because he is the first Asian American novelist to win the Pulitzer Prize, because he is a role model for so many young Asian Americans, because he's a teacher, because he has to work hard for his achievements, just like the refugees he writes about. As Viet's brother, I was there for some of the arguments he used to have with our parents about becoming a doctor or a lawyer. Never heard him say to my parents he wanted to be a novelist back then. It was hard enough for them to accept that he was going to be an English professor. Our parents were happy with the way things turned out, and we hope that young Asian Americans who want to become creative types can have Viet as an example. The most important reason why I'm pleased to do this introduction, because Viet's a great storyteller who tells it like it is, with one of the goals being to change people's hearts and minds for justice. In this time, with anti-immigrant and anti-Asian hatred high, we need people who are willing to speak up and speak out. Viet is using all of his talents and resources to help us all be heard and be seen. So please join me in welcome Viet Thanh Nguyen.
The most crucial aspect of writing in terms of being able to endure the many years of isolation and obscurity is the joy in the writing itself. My parents were born in North Vietnam. When the country was divided in 1954, they and about 800,000 other North Vietnamese Catholics who were really afraid of communism fled south. When the South lost in 1975, my parents have decided to flee again. They were already in their late 30s. I was 4 years old. 130,000 Vietnamese refugees came to the United States in 1975, and they were put into one of 4 refugee camps, and ours was Fort Indian Town Gap in Pennsylvania. In order to leave one of these refugee camps, Vietnamese refugees had to have American sponsors. The problem for our family of 4 was that there wasn't one single sponsor willing to take all 4 of us. So one sponsor took my parents, one sponsor took my 10-year-old brother, one sponsor took me.
I remember hearing him talk that he cried whenever he saw my parents. Certainly, my parents said things about that, like they just couldn't really handle it whenever they saw him, and then he would have to leave, and that was really hard on them.
I think my separation from my parents was relatively short. It was only a few months long, whereas for my brother, who was 10 years old, he didn't get to come home for a couple of years. We were eventually reunited, and my earliest memories in Harrisburg were actually pretty pleasant. Any kind of experience can be a good experience as long as your parents are around, and my parents were around. It wasn't ironically until we moved to San Jose for them to become entrepreneurs and to open a Vietnamese grocery store that they started working extremely long hours. Work was really difficult and it was dangerous. They were shot in their store. Growing up in that way, I felt that our life as refugees was still being shaped by the ripple effects of the war. And just witnessing that experience, I think, contributed greatly to my desires to tell our stories as refugees and to advocate for our existence and for the rights of other refugees. When I was young, I wanted to become a writer. I didn't want to become a teacher or a professor. Certainly not a professor. I had no idea what a professor was, what a professor did. The kid of refugee parents, shopkeeping parents, no idea what academia entailed. But then I went to Berkeley. I became not just an English major, but also an ethnic studies major. And I thought that here could be something where I do what I love with literature and combine it with something else that I love, which is fighting for social justice. And then I started teaching in graduate school and discovered that I was actually good at that too. And so I just sort of fell into becoming a professor. And in my pragmatic refugee mind, I thought, I'm just going to get a job. It'll be my day job as a professor, and then I'll write at night. That was my rock star fantasy. And that was my way of trying to keep my parents happy while I also tried to pursue what I wanted to do.
Viet Thanh Nguyen is here. His debut novel, The Sympathizer, won the 2016 Pulitzer Prize for Fiction. Nguyen has been critical of past literary and film depictions of the war. He is called Hollywood, America's unofficial ministry of propaganda.
Viet is what I consider an organic intellectual. His heart is where his writing is, that he is not just art for art's sake kind of writer. Asian American studies came about in the wake of the civil rights movement that are really pioneered by African Americans. So I'm just very grateful for Viet to be so outspoken about how we need to support Black Lives Matter, support the bail fund, using concrete ways to support the movement.
One thing that gives me hope is looking at my children and thinking that they have an opportunity to do better than me not talking about financially or in terms of social status, but better than me in terms of their understanding of who they are and their place in this country, their place in this world. The range of progressive causes has broadened as our sense of solidarity and the necessity for intersectional thinking across many different causes and locations has grown. And so I think that my hope is invested in a younger generation and their very different perspective on what needs to change today.
Good evening. I'm Ida Ma, Asian Health Services Gala Committee Chair. I would like to thank you for being such a strong voice for the API community. AHS is honored to give you this award in recognition of your work.
Hey everybody, it's such an honor to be here in my basement to receive this award from Asian Health Services. It's such an honor I've even put on a jacket and tie. No pants though. I think that would be asking for too much, even for this award. I'm really excited to be here with Helen Zia and Daniel Dae Kim, both of whom I've met before. Helen Zia is fabulous. Whenever I see her, I have serious hair envy. As for Daniel Dae Kim, even better looking in person. And he's not short. I wish we were all here in person so you could see for yourself. It's a strange time when we long to be in each other's presence. Times are so weird, I even miss seeing my dentist. COVID has revealed so many things we have taken for granted. But one of the things that COVID hasn't been able to suppress is something that I share with Asian Health Services, and that is our desire for justice. During this COVID time, we've seen how health, race, and justice intersect. The president has made it a point to call COVID the China virus or the Kung flu. That, my friends, is racist. It's also ironic, given how many of our health workers are from Asia or are of Asian descent. I think about how almost all of my dentists at the University of Southern California Hospital are Asian, and about how my parents probably would prefer that instead of a writer for a son, they could have a dentist instead. Much more useful. Now, dentistry is only one of the useful things that Asian Health Services provides to the most vulnerable populations. Asian Health Services also provides medical and mental health care to people of all ages in 14 languages, which is about 13 more than I speak. Fortunately, I am good at that one language. Using English is my way of telling our stories and advocating for justice. As Muhammad Ali said, writing is fighting. We all can fight in our own way, and for Asian Health Services, the fight is to take care of underserved populations, many of whom have toiled hard, but who have been neglected, and who have often neglected themselves because they've been too busy working and taking care of others. Neglecting the health of people of color, poor people, and working people is one failure of our society, a failure that COVID and its disparate impacts has made very clear. Our body politic is under a great deal of stress right now, and like many of you, I've had my ups and downs thinking about the state of our country. I never thought I would have to spend so much time worrying about toilet paper, or the air quality index, or the electoral college, or whether someone will call me a racial slur, or whether my mask flatters my eyes. And yet, here we are. And our only choice is to seize the moment. As a writer who daily has to face a blank page, I think every moment needs to be seized. This is what Asian Health Services is inviting all of us to do. Seize your own moment. If you want to be a health professional, do it. We can never have enough Asian dentists. But for those of you whose parents want you to be doctors or dentists or pharmacists or nurses, all noble occupations, while you want to be an artist or an actor or a journalist or a DJ or a race car driver or whatever it is that moves your heart and your soul, do that instead. Seize your moment. You're the only one who can. And we are the only ones who can seize our moment in the next few months and years to try to make this country better. Asian Health Services has been doing that work for decades, and I am honored to receive this award, which I dedicate to my mother, Linda Kim Nguyen, and my father, Joseph Tang Nguyen, who were at least rewarded for all of their sacrifice in this country by having one of their two sons, my older brother Dong, who so graciously introduced me, become a medical doctor. And honestly, I think one doctor can be enough for any Asian family. So thank you, Asian Health Services. I will now celebrate this award by doing something unhealthy and have a drink. Seize the moment.
Seizing the moment indeed. I'm seizing the moment to get a breath and also a sip of water because we have a second half of Fund to Need levels. But thank you so much and congratulations, Viet Thanh Nguyen, for this honor and, of course, this award. And what a powerhouse and inspiration you are. Congratulations again. Pulitzer Prize winner, everyone. And now join the Pulitzer Prize board as the first Asian American member in its 103-year history. You're awesome. Proud, proud, proud. Thank you so much. Now, Viet will be releasing his long-awaited book in March of 2021. It's called The Committed, as a continuation of The Sympathizer, which is his Pulitzer Prize winning novel. So tonight, as a matter of fact, we got something real special. If anyone can donate, the next person right now to donate $3,000 to AHS in our Fund to Need right here to kick off our second half, we have a very cool advance copy signed by Viet of The Committed, who will be the one to do 3,000 right here. 3,000, you're going to get the autographed advance copy of Viet's new book. Who is going to do it? Who's the lucky winner? We just look for 3,000, and then we're going to move on to the next level right here. Does anyone have 3,000? 3,000 right here. Last call. We're going to move on down to the next. We're going to keep an eye out for it, but let's move on down. Oh, right. We got a Strata Development giving in $5,000 here tonight. How amazing. But we got a 3,000 gift. Anyone who wants the Viet Nguyen new book, advance copy, signed, autograph, sealed, deliver. Who is it going to be? All right, we're going to move on to the next. That is $500, everybody. Wow. Look at this, $271,000. But the $500 level, we had a few folks already, and I'm going to give you some shout outs, but this is where you can make a difference. Certainly a challenging time. Pregnant mothers out there during COVID, how hard and difficult it may be to deliver a baby during this time. $500 will enable AHS to conduct safe remote telehealth monitoring for expectant mothers throughout their pregnancy. So who's in? At 5 would have been 500. And anyone who contributes $500 or more will be sent a link right now to participate in a virtual happy hour with Viet and other honoree Helen Zia. And you'll be sent a special cocktail recipe for Viet and Helen Zia, customized drinks named after their books. So donate $500 or more and enjoy a happy hour with specialty Viet and Helen cocktails at once in a lifetime for everyone. Something cool and exclusive. Here we go. Kimberly Wu at 500. Lily Marr at 500. Lisa McDonald at 500. Oh my gosh. Victor Uno gets 3,000. So Victor Uno, you get the advance copy of Viet's new book before it even comes out. You got it. Congratulations, Victor Uno. Winston Wong is in at 500. Nines Pong, yes. Nines P, you're in. Raina Young, thank you so much, at $500. Who's in at 5? Would have been 5. Trisha Novi, you're in at 500 as well. Oh my goodness, everyone is starting to come in and flood in. $500 or more. What we can do tonight, we are at 280,000. Let's get over the top to 300. I know we can do it. Melbo Woo, how you doing? $500 in here. 5 would have been 5. Who's got it at $500 here at the Fund to Need? All right. Forget the bid paddles. We got the finger on the iPad, the iPhone, the tablet, the device, or the mouse. It's just that simple and easy. Let's click, click, click away. Oh, yes, indeed. Let's get it going. Last call, last chance, 10 seconds, $500 or more. You get the signature Viet and Helen cocktails. You're going to get this amazing opportunity right there. $500 or more for this amazing level. Let's get it going. Last call, all in, all done at $500, helping all those AHS members that we need to help during this critical time. Let's give a big round of applause. Virtual round of applause. Amazing. Let's keep this party rolling, shall we? At $250 level. Now, this is what you can do. You know that, and we know that many families have been impacted by this devastating economic and health consequence of COVID-19. How crazy is this that we're living through a pandemic? But what 250 can do provides urgent emergency and hardship support for one family for 3 days. You imagine what you can do for one family just for 3 days at $250. Let's get it going. Dina Jane, Terry Lee, Lisa H. Thank you so much. Alicia, oh my goodness. Melinda Arbach, thank you. Lynn Ogawa, thank you. Come on in at 250. Bring them in. Lillian Poon. Melinda Arbach, thank you so much. You're doing such a great job. 250. Let's bypass that expensive dinner out there. I know we spend lots of money on dinner, wines, and drinks. Give it to families in need. Support them. Let's support them during this difficult time. Diane Fukami, you got it. That's times 2. Oh my goodness, you're amazing. Keep it rolling. Who's in at 250 right here? Another 24 seconds on the shot clock. Oh yes, indeed. 250 or more. Strength in numbers. We can do it. Let's get it going. Susan Tom, thank you so much. You're amazing at 250. Who's in at 250? Last call. 10 seconds left. 250 or more. The pledge button right there, the green button. That's what we want to see. Who's going to bring it in? Who's going to bring it home? Last call. All in, all done at 250 or more. Let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen. We got one more level after this. Jocelyn S., thank you so much. Whoa. Vlad, wow, thank you. And Sony Yip coming in. Maureen Alba, Cabarius. All right, here we go. Maureen, thank you so much. You are going right there at 250. Last call. All in, all done. Let's move on to the next and a big virtual high five to everybody. Let's go to the $100 level. $100 level, ladies and gentlemen. This is where everyone could give at least $100. And let me tell you, $100 goes a long way. AHS continues to provide dental services and childhood screenings and immunizations for its patients. $100 supports a child's drive-through dental visit, necessary screening, and test for development delays and autism too. Let's keep this going. I know we can do it. $100 right here. Isha W., you got it at $100. Who else is in at $100 right here? Elena, thank you so much for your gift at $100. All right, David P. O comes in at $250. Thank you, David P. Appreciate it. Peggy Woon, thank you so much. Sharon Chong Lipping, thank you so much for your gift. Paulina, Janelle Tang. Oh my goodness, let it keep scrolling. $100. Let's get this thing going for parents, for kids during this time of need. Evelyn Ma, how you doing? Oh my gosh, Fumi Suzuki, you are awesome. Stuart Fong, I see you. Let's keep it rolling, everybody. $100 or more. Yu Jung Chen and Andrew Clutter, thank you so much. You are amazing right here. Let's give it another 24-second shot clock. This is amazing. Fund a need. This is our last level at 100. You could also donate throughout the night, but let's see who is supporting tonight. We have 287,000 right here. We are so close to 300, and let's get it going. I know it's not done yet. Jacob coming in strong. Amy Kustra Barksdale, thank you so much. Marie Valmores, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Amy, oh my goodness, 100 or less. Here we go, $100. Here we go. Are we ready? 10 seconds. We got this. Bradley G for 3 or 100. Yes, keep it going. All right. Katrina Madella, thank you so much. Less than 5 seconds. Last call on Win. You are amazing. Judy, just Judy. We love you, Judy. Keep it going. Sam, Florendo, you're coming in strong, my friend. Emily Fan. Oh my God, Emily Fan again? I'm fanning myself right now because Emily Fan, it is hot in here when Emily Fan comes into our virtual space right now. So thank you so much. You're so awesome. Roseworks, here we go. We got more. Humane comes in at 250. Last call, $100 or more. Roseworks, I got you. We see you. All in, all done. Woo, it's getting hot in here and it is heating up. We are at 289,000. All in. Olivia, Isaac, Jonathan. Oh my goodness, we're going to have plenty of opportunity. If I didn't call your names, it's all good. We are going to do this, strength in numbers tonight. Let's keep it going. Amazing, everyone. I know we're going to turn it over real soon here to my man, Mike. But let me just tell you, this is an opportunity to give some more. We have our live auction coming up in just a little bit, but we have our honorees, which Mike will introduce our next one. So Mike, take it away, my friend.
All right. Great job, folks. Outstanding. I appreciate how the Bay Area folks absolutely know how to do the interactive experience. So thank you for participating in what we call Fund a Need, because the need is great always for AHS, but especially as we've talked about during these trying times. We thank you for participating. Thanks to Franco for his energy. He's going to step back, get a little sip of water, because we're going to need him again in a few minutes. All right, folks? Also helping out, in addition to your contributions, we have our sponsors, so many of them. We want to call out our top sponsors. We have Cathay Bank, we have Kaiser Permanente, and we have RBC Wealth Management, Those are our top 3. All of our sponsors are listed on the webpage as well as a little later on in this program. Do consider them when you have a choice, folks. And we have a choice who we honor every year. And in fact, last year we honored this person who we're calling back again. We're asking her to do a separate job this time. Now, she's an Academy of Motion Picture governor. She's an award-winning producer for a movie you might have heard, amongst others, Joy Luck Club. It is our luck and my joy to bring her into the club tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Janet Yang.
Good evening, everyone. Just 1 year ago, I got to sit with many of you in a big crowded room. Such a special evening. I had my extended family there, and I saw so much support for the community thanks to the work of Asian Health Services. This year is a little bit different. We're not together, but the work of Asian Health Services is no less important. And I am so honored to be back with you to introduce someone that I consider a friend as well as a work partner. For many years, Daniel Dae Kim was a mysterious presence on a hit show called Lost. And he didn't have many speaking lines initially, but he had a magnetic presence. Over the years, we've seen him emerge both on that show and on many movies and in many television shows as someone who is really a superstar. But I'm here to tell you that off screen, Daniel is extraordinarily kind, extraordinarily thoughtful, extraordinarily intelligent, hardworking, and he is pretty damn funny too. So on top of all that talent, he has all these incredible qualities, and we've seen how dedicated he is to our community. He has been a role model for so many of us. He speaks up when it's necessary to do so. He does with such grace and with such commitment. So thank you all for joining. And now let's honor Daniel Dae Kim.
Part of the reason that I became an actor was because I formed a need for expression that might have come from my experiences as a teenager, feeling somehow that I'd been muffled or that who I was did not have value.
Who doesn't know Daniel Dae Kim? We were all so aware if there was a single Asian face in a movie or in a television show, we were like, oh my God, who's that person? That's how rare it was for so many years.
I would describe Daniel as someone who's always been very focused. He knew at a very young age the impact he wanted to make. So, for example, the issues of immigration and telling his story about his family being immigrants.
I was born in Busan, Korea. In 1969, my parents immigrated to the States. My mother, my father, and me in tow as a 1-year-old. One of the big events in my life was a move that my family made when I was in the middle of 6th grade to a steel town in Pennsylvania. And in the 80s, their fortunes turned downhill when Japanese steel started grabbing some market share. The economic downturn at the time, coupled with the fact that I was Asian, led to some pretty big challenges. People thought that I wasn't athletic. People weren't sure whether I spoke the language. There were acts of prejudice against me on a regular basis.
At the time I met him, he was just getting into college and he didn't really know at the time what he wanted to do. But I always knew he was going to be successful.
I went to college at a place called Haverford. Because it was so small, I was able to take an acting class on a whim. But once I took that first acting class, something sparked. And it led me to take more and then audition for some of the plays at school. It was just something that kind of continued to blossom, and at a certain point I realized that this was what I wanted to pursue for my life. And my peers were interviewing at places like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, and so I ended up interviewing for all of those investment banking jobs and getting a few of them, and also then trying to pursue an agent in New York. I turned down those jobs, much to my parents' chagrin. Their expectation for me was to become either a doctor or a lawyer, but I started acting full-time after college. And when I told my dad that, he was kind of reluctant, but in retrospect, I realized how sensible he was. He was looking at his firstborn son, wanting to go into a profession where there was no one else that looked like him. And his concern was mainly, how are you going to survive? How are you going to feed yourself? But for whatever reason, I was stubborn. And I had this belief in myself that I'm not sure was founded, because I certainly know I wasn't a very good actor at the time.
살 수 있어요. 한번 먹어보세요.
What, that? What is that?
But I did believe in myself. And so I enrolled at NYU for a master's degree. And that was a real key to my career. It really gave me a lot of tools to pursue what I wanted to. And I think also gave me a sense of legitimacy that someone who looks like me belongs on the stage, can be on the stage with anyone else.
For better or for worse, people love celebrities and they love people they see on screen and they project a lot on there. But to be able to use that power for good, as Daniel does, is so gratifying.
Yes, I'm Asian. And yes, I have coronavirus, but I did not get it from China. Please stop the prejudice and senseless violence against Asian people. Randomly beating elderly, sometimes homeless Asian Americans is cowardly, heartbreaking, and it's inexcusable.
It's so important to have voices that are not just Asian American, but anyone who believes that discrimination is wrong. We should be speaking out on behalf of one another, which is why I think it's so important that Asian Americans support BLM. All of these causes are interconnected and interrelated. But I have hope because I see signs like Parasite winning the Oscar, the amount of diversity that you see in entertainment these days. There's never been a better time to be a minority in this country than right now. You know, we've always asked for a place at the table, and I say, like, why settle for a seat at the table when you can throw the damn dinner? It's beyond just asking to be accepted. It's about leadership, but I think that's where we should get.
Dude, you speak English.
No, you're speaking Korean.
Nah.
Everything's going to change.
On behalf of Asian Health Services, we thank you for being such an exceptional role model and an inspiration to us all. We are honored to give you this award.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, AHS, for recognizing me tonight. And Janet Yang, you've always been one of my role models and heroes yourself. So hearing you say those things was incredibly kind. And I'm so glad I get to be able to work with you. I also want to say thanks to my friend, Dr. Sora Park Tanjasiri. I have known Sora for so many years, so many I don't even want to say, but we knew each other when we were pretty much teenagers, and we've been friends ever since. Our kids grew up together, and it's so nice to see a friendly face saying nice things, even if they may or may not be true. I also want to say thanks and congratulations to Helen and Viet. I'm such a fan of both of their work, and you know, it's always hard to follow a writer, especially one who's as charming as Viet is, and he's a Pulitzer Prize winner, no less. So I will do my best. It's an honor to be here tonight, but I'll start my remarks by saying the same thing I've said when I've been asked to speak on other worthy organizations like AHS, and that is that it's really not about me tonight. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm very appreciative. But spotlighting me is only important insofar as it shines a light on the important work that is being done right now at AHS. You know, I've become familiar with the organization a little bit. I've had some nice conversations with Julia, and I have such a huge amount of respect for them. I went on their website today and just started looking at some of their initiatives, and it says there, by providing health, social, and advocacy services for all, regardless of income, insurance status, immigration status, language, or culture. Especially in today's environment, these kinds of statements are massive. This is an organization that is doing real, important work in the Asian community and beyond. The kind of work that isn't necessarily going to be on top of the news every day, but it is the kind of basic foundational work that is absolutely essential to build a community. We desperately need the kinds of assistance that AHS provides. Translation services, safe harbor for victims of sex trafficking, HIV and AIDS resources, youth programs, and especially in times like these, voter outreach programs. And not just in the Bay Area, we need these programs everywhere. So I can only admire what they do even more, because the members of their community, of our Asian American community, are suffering twice from this virus. Once from the disease itself, and once more due to the acts of hate and violence that even now are being perpetrated on innocent people almost daily. Despite it all, and the toxic political environment plagued by misinformation and hidden agenda that we live in today, they continue to persevere. AHS continues to man and woman the front lines, providing services to those in need, and they have for 46 years. That's incredible. And in doing so, they implicitly share a message that we all could stand to be reminded of these days, and that is that we are all one community. And part of being a community is to lift one another up. It's easy to narrow your vision and say, oh, I'm just looking out for myself and my family. That is the path of least resistance in our busy lives. And I get it. But by expanding our vision just a little, we have the chance to do something more. We have the opportunity to work collectively and improve the lives of so many people around us. And as the saying goes, a rising tide lifts all boats. Asian Americans are the fastest growing ethnic group in America. So let's take that growing presence to take care of one another. Let's make our voices heard, both in the service of our communities and at the ballot box. I can't let this opportunity go by at the time that we're living in, with the news that's going on as we speak, to say, please vote. Asian Americans may be the fastest growing minority in America, but we are also the demographic group that votes at the lowest rate. And if you have a chance and you have the opportunity, mail in your ballots, go to the polls in person, have a voting plan. It's already started. So please take that initiative and have your say in America. So it's that time. I want to say thank you to Viet for getting a little alcohol, because I'll follow suit. I guess it's on you now, Helen, to join us. And I will toast to you all as well and say, seize the moment. Thank you very much. Good night.
Seizing the moment indeed. Cheers. I've got mine right now. You've influenced me, Daniel and Viet, and I know it's that time. So cheers to you all, and congratulations. Well deserved indeed. And Daniel, you're such an inspiration. Thank you for all that you do, not only in representing us here on the silver screen and making us proud, but using your platform to make sure our voices get heard. You were awesome. And here's a little quick story here. Let me tell you, back in 2002, when I had my first TV show, it was called Stir TV, the first Asian American magazine style show in the country. We actually interviewed Daniel Dae Kim way back when in 2002, when he was in Lost. We went to Hawaii. He was there on location, and he was so gracious and so amazing. So that was our little moment there where we're really proud of what you did even back then, and now even more so. So thank you so much. You are truly an inspiration and a role model to many. Daniel, so thankful to have you here with us tonight. So we also have some other special cameo appearances, folks, by some other amazing influencers and celebrities who support AHS. So please welcome Dan Wu of Into the Badlands, Pat Lee, co-founder of Rotten Tomatoes, and Kelly Hu of X-Men 2 and Scorpion King, showing their support.
Hi, my name is Kelly Hu.
My name is Patrick Lee.
Hi, my name is Daniel Wu.
Thank you to Asian Health Services doctors, nurses, and frontline staff.
You are the heroes serving over 50,000 Asian immigrant families struggling to manage and survive through these unprecedented times.
When COVID hit, you kept your doors open and continued to care for the most vulnerable in our community when they had nowhere else to turn.
Becoming a critical lifeline to our pregnant mothers, infants, youth, families, and aging grandparents.
Asian Health Services was often the only place that Asian immigrant families, children, and elders could turn to for medical, dental, and mental health care and counseling in their language.
As a trusted institution in the community, you dedicated your lives and time to support care for, and provide critical resources for those who lost their jobs, needed food assistance, couldn't pay rent, or afford their medications.
You're also the first Asian multilingual COVID testing site in the county.
You conducted dental care drive-through checkups for kids. The list goes on and on.
You even stood up against anti-Asian racism and are making sure that the needs of our Asian brothers and sisters are not overlooked.
Thank you for your service. And to all the supporters out there, your support of Asian Health Services will ensure a vital lifeline for our children, families, and elders during this time. These times call for us to rise together. Together, let's build a healthy future that our community deserves.
Amazing again. Wow, what a program so far. It is not done yet because we have the live auction items coming up right now. We have amazing prizes. Let me tell you, I got 5 amazing live auction lots you definitely don't want to miss, just like they're fun to need. We already raised $300,000. Give a big hand. Wow, this is not done yet. We're going to get to 350 indeed, if not more. And I know we can do it. We've got the live auction items. So it's just that simple. Like the fun to need. You're going to see the green button, which is basically the bid amount that's next to get in there. Remember, it's going to go fast, fun, and furious with yours truly, Franco Finn, as we raise much needed funds for our community for AHS. We're doing a great job right here, folks, but it's not done yet. Our mission is not complete because this is one of the most difficult times ever. So every dollar counts, every bid counts. Let's bid high, bid often, and let's have some fun. Are you ready? Let's get it going with your hype man auctioneer right here. We got our first one, a Maui vacation that you don't want to miss. Incredible sunsets on the planet. It's calling for you. What better way to witness one of these breathtaking Maui sunsets? And then you have an offshore Kanapali adventure with cocktail in hand and watching whales and just having some fun. Yes, indeed. It's vacation time, folks. We're going to give 2 Hawaiian Airlines tickets to you to fly to Maui. And it's good through 2022, by the way. So whenever you feel comfortable, I know a lot of airlines are making sure that it's safe and ready to go and fly. Let me tell you, and good through 2022. So make a note of that. 4-night stay, Maui Park Shore Condo. We got a sunset live whale watch cruise from Kanapali that includes a live musician on the board. It's got poo-poos, catered food. Executive chef Joey Makadangdang of Joey's Kitchen will be there. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Let's get Hawaii. Let's fly there. Let's have some fun. Let's go. We start the order bid right here. We already got a couple bids. Bruce, thank you so much. Thank you to David. Bruce is in the lid at $1,200. Just like that, let's click it. $1,300 is the next bid. $1,300 for a Hawaii vacation. You're going to go on Hawaiian Airlines to Maui, good through 2022, Park Shore Condo in Maui, Kanapali cruise. You're going to get food catered and everything. All right, Ray Tong puts in at $2,000. Would have been now 2, would have been 2, now 21. 2,200 right now is the bid. We got Catherine Chen at 2,100. Sharon Chong gets it at 22. Who else is in? 23 now is the next bid. Would have been not 23, would have been not 23. Who's in at 23? Sharon is in right here. Let's put the clock right now. We're going to sell these fast, fun, furious, so make sure to bid. Don't let it slip away. We're looking at 2,300 right here, right now. Who's in at 2,300? We got 40 seconds left. Who's in right here, right now? Would have been not 23, would have been not 23. Oh, 2,400 now is the bid. Catherine's in the lead right now. Oh, Sharon, don't let it slip away. Sharon, don't let it slip away. 2,400 right here. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Who's getting ready? Oh, Ray Tong throws in at 2,500 right here. Would have been now 2,600. Catherine, now Sharon, who is in? Ray Tong is in the lead right here. Here we go. 20 seconds left right now. Who's got the Maui vacation with a cruise and the food and, of course, the airline tickets from Hawaiian Airlines? Let's go. Ray Tong is in the lead at 25. Would have been now 2,600. Less than 10 seconds. Who is in? Sharon is in right here. Oh, Sharon comes in at 27. Ray, Catherine, don't let it slip away. Less than 6 seconds left. Last call. Here we go. $2,800 is the bid. Sharon, you're in the lead right now. Would have been now Ray Tong. Are you in? Are you out? Last call. All in, all done. We're looking for 2,800. We're going to sell it. Who's in? Ray, Catherine, who's got it? And we will sell it. Sandra comes in at $2,900. Just like that. Wow, it was bidding and it was fun, fast, and I said furious indeed. So thank you, Sandra Pan, and thank you so much for all of those folks that are tuning in tonight, because guess what? It's not done yet. We've got a private virtual cooking class. I'm just going to say this. My guy, Chef 2 David Fu, is going to give you a master class you don't want to miss. So here's a little video to tease you what you can win for auction package number 2. Take a look.
I'm a first generation Vietnamese American chef. When you taste my food, you're going to taste the food from my grandmother, from my mother, from my aunties, from my uncles. It doesn't matter where you cook or what type of kitchen you have. It's all about what you know and what you can do. If you give me fire and some plates to cook on, I will cook my ass off and you're gonna have a good meal. I'm Chef Tu David Phu, a Vietnamese American from Oakland, and that's what you get with my food. Vietnamese classics reimagined.
Yes, Chef Tu David Phu, my guy. He is so fun. Let me tell you, this virtual cooking class, Chef Tu David Phu, if you're watching, I know you're going to have so much fun with the winner of this. Remember, it's a master class for 10 people, complete with ingredients sent to you, 3 bottles of wine. You're going to learn from Chef Tu David Phu, Oakland-born, first-generation Vietnamese-American, proud Asian-American, one of the top chef alumni, SF Chronicle Rising Star Chef, James Beard Smart Catch leader. You're going to get exclusive insights. Now, he's worked for some of the best restaurants in the country, from Daniel, Aquarello, Chez Panisse, and more. He's going to infuse this wide range of cooking cultures. You're going to have so much fun. 2-hour private virtual cooking. Let's get it going. We already got the bids rising right here. Remember, this also includes 3 bottles of wine. Also, LH Bake Shop in San Francisco is giving something here. Thank you to Hoops Vineyard as well. And of course, Chef Tu David Phu. People, 10 virtual. It's going to be a meal kit with all the food all ready to go, and you just have some fun with my guy. I'm telling you, he is so much fun. You're going to love it. Here we go. Let's get it going. We got Rosaline King, Henry King. All right. Who's in right now? Would have been now 1,100. Would have been now 1,100. Who's in 1,100 right here right now? Would have been now 11. Gavin. Oh, Gavin T's got it in right there. Squeezing it in. Virtual cooking classes are now the thing. Let me tell you, I've done a lot of these. They're so much fun. You bring all your friends along. This comes with 10 of them right there. Arthur Chin at 14. Would have been now 1,500. Come on, Dave. Come on, Chris. Don't let it slip away. Gavin, I know you want this. Let's get it going. Arthur Chen, I'm calling you out. Chris Quay, in the lead at 15. Would have been now 1,600. Come on now. Let's get Dave Taylor. Arthur, come on. Ida's in. Ooh, what a new player right here. Would have been now 19. Oh, my goodness. 1,800 now. Arthur Chen is in the lead. Who's got it? Ida. Chris, don't let it slip away. Come on now. Here we go. We only got about 30 seconds left to close this package out. Let it go. 2,500, Chris. Yes. Arthur, don't let it slip away. Ida, I know you want this. 2,600. Chef Tu David Phu, he's the man. He is so awesome and so real with you. You're going to have so much fun. Let me tell you, he is one of my favorite chefs out there, and he's got quite the resume. You don't want to miss it. Chris Quay right here. Here we go. All right, Arthur Chen, we got less than 10 seconds. Here we go. Come on, everybody. We're looking for 2,600 right now. Chris is in the lead. Arthur, Ida, are you in? We got less than 10 seconds. Are you going to do it? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. All right, all in. Here we go. We're closing it out. Chris Quay, Arthur Chen. How about this? How about this? Let's do this. Oh my gosh, 3,000. Arthur comes in. 3,100. Chris, will you go at 31? Would have been now. Arthur Chen's in the lead at 3,000. Chris Quay, let's get it going. Will you do it for AHS tonight? How about this? How about this? Let's do this. Oh my goodness. I love this. I love the energy. Arthur, thank you so much for your contribution at 3,000. Chris, can we get you up to 3,000 to give to AHS? And then we'll go 2 with Arthur. I'm gonna ask my boy David Phu. He's gonna do it. Chef Tu David Phu, he's gonna do it. I know he will. Chris Quay, you can just message us right there. Let us know if you could do it, and maybe you can. Ida, will you do it as well? Yes, Ida. How about this? Ida, will you do it? We'll let you do it right there at that level. And Arthur, will you do it at 3,000? Chris, you message us and you tell us you could do it. I know Chef Tu David Phu. He's going to do 3. He's going to do 3. He's all about the 3s, baby. Let's get it going. Will you do it? Just say yes. Come on. Yes. All right. I think we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, just let us know. Chris Quay, Arthur Chen, and Ida Ma. We're going to do 3 right there. That is going to be $9,000. If you say yes, I know we can do it. We'll make sure we'll have a great experience. Food delivered to your door. Chef Tu David Phu is definitely one to not miss. Let's give a big round of applause. That was awesome right there. I think we're going to do it. Yes, Ida, Arthur, and Chris, if you let us know, I would really appreciate it. You might have already said it earlier. Yes, he said he's in. Sorry. It's a little bit there with the scrolling and everything, but you are awesome. We got a trifecta, ladies and gentlemen. 3. Here we go. Dub Nation, we're splashing right now. All right, let's get over to live auction number 3. I'm just excited right now. Where's Emily Fan when you need her? You need to fan me, Emily Fan. I love it. She donated twice tonight, by the way. I'm giving her a shout out. All right, here we go. Costa Rica adventure. I love it. Having a good time. Zip lines, curious monkeys, beaches, fringe tropical jungles, sustainable eco adventure. Costa Rica brings on that promise of pura vida, pure life, which is the mantra way of life over there. So here's this trip for 2. All right, we got the bidding already going. This includes round trip tickets on my favorite airline, Alaska Airlines, of course, good through 2022. So you got 2 round trip tickets, plus you can use these anywhere Alaska Airlines flies. You don't have to use it for Costa Rica, but might as well. You can fly any other destination too. But here it is, 2 tickets on Alaska Airlines, good through 2022. You could redeem this later. 4-night stay at the Forbes-rated verified boutique hotel in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. The El Mangrove is a hip, hot boutique hotel in Costa Rica, part of the Marriott Bonvoy collection. And let's get it going. Come on. Costa Rica's prime, Papagayo Bay on the country's Pacific coast. Oh my goodness. Raisin, Emily Fan. I love Emily. Henry Kiang, Ray Tong. Let's get it going. Who's in at 36? Would have been at 3,600. 3,600, Ray Tong is in the lead at 35. Emily Fan. Come on. I'm a fan of you, Emily Fan. I know you could do it. Let's get it 3,600. Henry Kiang, I know you're not sleeping right there. You want to go to Costa Rica. Let me go. I'm telling you, I've been to Costa Rica. I've flown on Alaska Airlines, one of my favorite destinations. I know Hawaii is great and all, but Costa Rica is right up there. It is like untouched, untapped, and so amazing. So there we go. Oh my gosh, Sharon's a new player. Sharon wants to go to Costa Rica, but Henry, you're not going to let us slip away because Henry got it at 3,700. What about Ray? What about Emily? We're looking at 3,800 right here, right now, and I love all the support here at AHS. One of my favorite events. We are 303 right now, 303 and counting. Let's get it going. Henry Kang's in the lead at 3,700. 45 seconds left here on the clock. Who's got it going? Are you in? Are you out? Who's got it? Third. Oh my gosh. Ray Tong slaps it for $41.99. Are you out of your mind? 41. I love it. Fun numbers. Let's go. $42.99 is the next bid right here. We got less than 30 seconds. Emily, Henry, Sharon, who's in? Ray Tong, I like that. I like your style. Oh, and Donald Wong says, I'm going to Costa Rica, my friend. Let's get it going. Less than 24 seconds on the shot clock. Who's got it in right here? Donald Wong at $42.99. Ray Tong. Oh my God. Bruce Ginn. Where you been, Bruce Ginn? Hey, you were just coming in at $43.99. You are out of your mind. $45.80. Ray Tong, I love it. Thrown in a loop. 10 seconds left. Ray Tong, oh my gosh, I want to give you a high five right now because you're killing it. $45.88 right here. Bruce Ginn, are you in? Bruce Ginn, are you in? Let's go. $46.88. Less than 5 seconds. All in. All done. We're looking for $46.88 is the next bid. We're going to get it closing. Ray Tong is in the lead. All in, all done. Rah! Boom. We're going to have to sell it. Anyone? 47. Oh my gosh. Ray Tong in the clutch. $46.88. Ray T. Oh my goodness. Hey, thank you so much for all those bidding tonight. That was a lot of fun. Ray Tong, way to throw me in the loop with some, out of loop really, with all the numbers. I love it. That's what the bid other is all about. So thank you. That goes to AHS. We're at $308,000. Let's move on to the next. Dub Nation, are you ready? Make some noise. Yes, that's your hype man right here. Let me just tell you. Here's a man with no introduction needed. You heard it right. The rare signed jersey belonging to the one and only Klay Thompson of your Golden State Warriors. Indeed, he's up for grabs right here with his authenticated jersey. We know Warrior fans, you're out there. We're ready to bid on this. He's ready to come back to play at Chase Center. So you're going to support him. You're going to see him. And he's the other half of that Splash Brother, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get it going. You know it's going to be a lot of fun. We're hyped up to offer 2 tickets again to this amazing Chase Center in San Francisco, $1 billion facility. If you've never seen it, 2 game tickets, Klay Thompson signed jersey. We got a $100 gift certificate for dinner for 2 at Dumpling Time private dinner room service right across from Chase Center. So here it is. It's a package. Dub Nation, 2 lower level seats, brand new Chase Center, Klay Thompson autographed jersey. Let's go. Ron Yee. Oh, yes, for 3. Let's go. 21. All right. Wesley Chi. Come on, everybody. Let's get it going. 2,300 is a bid right here, right now. Wesley Chi. Are you in? 2 tickets. Klay Thompson, frame it up. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer. He's got 3 NBA championship rings. The other half of the Splash Bros Dub Nation, I know you're there with me. Winston Wong, WW, you are in at 2,300. Who's in at 24? Would have been now 2,400. We got Ron Yee, Wesley, come on. I know Wesley Chi. Oh my God, Wesley Chi for 25. That is amazing. All right, let's go with 2,600 right here, right now. We're going to close this thing in about 30 seconds. So who's got it? Who's ready? Winston. Wesley's in the lead right now. Winston, don't let it slip away. We're looking at 2,600 right here, right now. Come on now. Wesley, Ron. How about Ron? All right, Ron. Ron, Wesley, anybody, hurry up. Wesley's in the lead right now, but Winston, Ron, are you in? Are you out? The 20 seconds. Oh my goodness, it's coming down to the wire. Here we go. Wesley Cheese in for 25. We're looking for 2,600. Here we go. Are you in? Are you out? Less than 10 seconds left. Winston, Ron comes in at 26. Wesley, don't let it slip away. We got 6 seconds left. You know it's clutch time. Game-winning 3. Come on, Wesley Chi. Let's go, 2,700. Here we go, Winston. All right, we're going to close this thing out. How about this? Hold on. This just in. Wait a minute. Wesley Chi. Oh, Wesley Chi for 3. Oh my gosh, I'm going. I don't need basketball right now. I got Wesley Chi right now. Ron Yee, you got to get it going. 3,100. Are you going to do it? How about this? Wesley, you got a 3. I love it. Now, Chemming, where did Chemming coming from? Chemming, you are killing it right now. Wesley, Chi, come on now. Don't let it slip away. How about this? We're going to close this out. We got to move on to the next one. But here, how about this? Chenning, who is at 31? Wesley, will you go at 31 and we'll do 2 of these? Let's double the impact. Can you put a yes, please? A yes with an extra A in the middle. Will you do it? Yes, indeed. We're doing it. Wesley. And the other one, oh my gosh, I'm just going so fast right here. But you know what? We got a double. Ladies and gentlemen. That is $6,200. Thank you so much, Wesley. Thank you so much for matching that. And thank you to our winning bidder. Let's move on to the next right there. That was a double impact. They said yes. So let's move on to our last and final one. Live auction number 5. Oh my gosh, I'm having too much fun here, folks. We got to move. Here we go. All right. We've got Vacation Getaway nestled in the woods. This is Lake Tahoe. Heavenly Ski Resort is nearby. Casinos. Ooh, I love some casinos. Cascade Tahoe Townhouse. It's the place for you and your family. Now, the Cascade Tahoe Townhouse provides a luxurious, safe, and comfortable experience for up to 10 family members. 4 nights. 5-day stay includes activities like golf, tennis, hiking, swimming, fishing, you name it. 5 days, 4 nights in Tahoe. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Family of 10, all the activities, $200 gift certificate to the Lake House, which is an upscale comfort place, comfort food at the Lake House, throwing in $200, 6 miles away from the home in Lake Tahoe. This is a getaway you don't want to miss. Gary and Pat Lee is in the lead at 21. Jennifer G. Where you been, Jennifer? Come on, you could do it. Tracy Yang Huang. Oh my goodness, Dave Taylor, you're right behind at 22. Let's get it at 2,400. Who's in at 24? What have been at 2,400? Here we go. With the Tahoe getaway. You don't want to miss it. Marion Lee gets into 2,400. Oh my goodness, Tracy, Dave, are you going to get going? Gary and Pat Lee, don't let it slip away. Marion's in the lead at 2,500. The 1-minute shot clock starts now. It's the last and final right here for all the marbles for the championship. You want to be champions? Strength in numbers. Let's get it going. Tracy, yes. Elaine Yang at 28. Would have been 3,000 right here, right now. 45 seconds left on the clock. This is the last one. I am running out of breath, but hey, we're not done yet. We are at $311,000. Arthur Chen's in the lead at 3,000. Here we go, Elaine Yang. Don't sleep it. Marion, don't let it slip away. Tracy, you're right behind. 3,100 right here. 30 seconds left. We are closing this thing down in just a few seconds, and then I am done, and you are going to keep on raising that money because we're going to have a donation button at the end that Mike's going to tell you about, but let's get it going right here. 3,100 right now. 3,600. Elaine Yang just comes in the clutch. We got about 15 seconds left on the clock. This is the last one. Let's get it over. We have 311,000 right here. We are so close to our goal. Tracy, hey, yes. Tracy's in the lead right now. Elaine, don't let it slip away. Marion, we've got 10 seconds left on the clock. I am sweating right now. It is about to get down right now. Tracy Yang, all right. Here we go. 5 seconds left. Who's in? Who's going to do it? Tracy, you're in at 36. Would have been at 3,700. Who's got it in right here, right now? We're going to close the bid. Tracy, you're in the lead. Elaine, Marion, Arthur, are you going to keep bidding? 3,700. Just a few seconds left. Here we go. Clutch for the win. Who's got it? All in, all done. We're going to sell it. Tracy, you're in the lead. Arthur comes right in. We're going to sell right now. We got to put it. Arthur. Oh, Arthur, you come in the clutch. Thank you so much. You know what? All of you for bidding. This really would not be possible without that community support. But congratulations to Arthur, and congratulations to everyone that's bidding. Tonight, it really matters most because we're helping those families during this crisis, and it's an honor and pleasure to be with you. 315,000, and I know there's an opportunity to give some more, but that is my time, ladies and gentlemen. I am your hype man auctioneer. I am now finally going to take a sip of water and congratulate you for a great virtual event. Congratulations, AHS, and to all our honorees. Franco Finn, your hype man auctioneer. We'll see you next time. Mike, back to you.
Hey, excellent, guys. Well done and congratulations. Congratulations to all of our winners. I am available should you need to fill one more seat on that trip to Hawaii. Just saying. My contact information through AHS. Remember, folks, if you didn't win the item you wanted for the live auction, I'm sorry. I feel badly for you, but you still have an opportunity to feel good about contributing to AHS, to helping tonight and into the future. Look for the rest of this event. You'll find the donate button. It will appear from time to time. That's your opportunity to click. No amount is too small and no amount is too large either. It's good stuff. Now, folks, we have our final honoree. Love to introduce this next person. Now, our final honoree, you may know her from her reputation with civil rights, social justice. She's an author, all kinds of fancy stuff, right? But you don't know her like this next guy. So, for the honors, I'd like to bring to you Mr. Hoyt Zia.
Everyone knows my sister Helen as the Asian American hero icon who needs no introduction. But did you know that Helen and I, for 2 months of the year, are twins, which gives us a special bond and the ability to irritate each other faster than anyone else. She was so accomplished in high school that when she applied to college, her safe school was Harvard. She almost didn't go to college, though, because our father thought daughters belonged at home. He finally let her go to Princeton because it was only about 50 miles away. Helen, of course, graduated in only 3 years with Princeton's first class of women. Helen was my college counselor, too. She told me where I should apply. She did not, however, write my college applications like she likes to tell people she did. Dutiful Chinese daughter that she was, Helen then went to medical school, but she wanted to help the world's oppressed people instead, so she dropped out and joined the organized labor movement and moved to Detroit to become an auto assembly line worker. In Detroit is where she started her journalism career after she was laid off when the auto industry tanked. It was also where she became involved with the movement to obtain justice for Vincent Chin, and the rest is history. So Helen got the brains, steely determination, charisma, and leadership genes in the family. I got her as my big sister, and I think I got the better part of the deal. I love you, Helen, and congratulations.
Becoming an activist isn't that we all jump out on a stage and start spouting things at a rally. It really is step by step. I'm the daughter of immigrants from China. My mother and father met in New York City, went across the river to Newark, New Jersey, and started their family there. When I was a kid growing up, there were very few other Chinese Americans and Asian Americans in my immediate circle. And I grew up not being sure whether I belonged in America because people were always saying, go back where you came from, and they didn't mean New Jersey. When I was coming into awareness as a teenager, the civil rights movement was in full bloom. I saw news about the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Rosa Parks and how they were standing up and talking about Black people had a right to be treated as full human beings. And that spoke to me. I saw that and I said, that's right. At the same time, the war in Vietnam was going on. And every night on the news, there were how many gooks were killed today? And it would be thousands and thousands. And the enemy looked just like us. So those were things that made me very aware and politicized me. College was where I went to find a path of freedom. And that was when the Asian American movement was just beginning. I ended up going to Princeton because I got a full scholarship there because of affirmative action. Up until my cohort, they had no women, let alone students of color. And there was a lot happening on college campuses, a lot of student strikes, teach-ins, having a voice internationally, trying to stop a war. So I happily, enthusiastically became a part of that. I wanted to make a change.
By yourself, you are just by yourself. Together we can all take a stand.
And then at some point, some friends said, you know, if you really want to know about social change in America, you should go to the heartland of America. And so for a lot of different reasons, I picked up and I moved to Detroit, Michigan. And within 2 weeks, I had a job in an auto plant as a large press operator. Then the auto industry collapsed and I was out of work. There was a massive depression in the Midwest and Japan was being blamed. And when I looked at the news, I just thought, nobody's writing the story that I know. I had no journalism background at all, but I knew that I could do better than this. That's when a young man named Vincent Chin was killed.
The white men mistook Chin for Japanese and taunted him. It's because of you, they said, that we're out of work.
The judge gave probation to 2 killers in the baseball bat slaying of Vincent Chin. The judge said, these are not the kind of men you send to jail. At first I thought I was going to write about it, but the activist in me said, you know what, we need every hand on deck for this community.
Justice for Vincent Chin! Justice for Vincent Chin!
The Vincent Chin case woke us up. Helen, as an activist, was able to go into that Detroit small Asian Pacific American community and help organize a group to demand justice for Vincent Chin. Her work rippled around the country and made people more aware of the type of racism and discrimination that Asian Pacific Americans experience. Helen's values are not just simply for one marginalized group. She's talked about allyship with Black Lives Matter. She's been active in the LGBT rights movement. She is fighting for the rights of all people.
We are in a historic time. We are seeing people, multiracial gatherings of people, which unfortunately under COVID, they're not social distancing. However, it just shows how much they care because they are willing truly to put their lives on the line to say, we need this change. We need it. We will not stop until it happens. I'm Helen Zia. I'm a writer, an activist, a proud out lesbian, to be seen in my full humanity.
Good evening. My name is Tu Quach, Chief Deputy of Administration at Asian Health Services. On behalf of Asian Health Services, Helen Zia, we are so proud to provide you with this award. Thank you for your steadfast leadership, for inspiring generations, and for always fighting for our community.
Thank you so much, Asian Health Services, for this incredible and special award. Thank you, Sherry Hirota. Thank you, Asian Health Services board and staff and supporters, and of course, the Asian Health Services community. And thank you to my brother Hoyt for such a wonderful and loving introduction. You never know when your younger sibling is going to say something embarrassing about you. And I just also learned that he was part of IBACA, the East Bay Asians for Community Action, which led to the forming of Asian Health Services. So this has been a very sweet coming full circle here. Your theme tonight, Seizing the Moment, strikes a very, very deep chord with me, especially knowing how much Asian Health Services is on this moment when our most vulnerable members of our communities, our low-income immigrants and refugees, have been so devastated by the double pandemic of COVID and racism. And also when the essential workers and frontline workers of our communities, which of course Asian Health Services is, are so under attack by this threat of racism and even the potential for violence. As a longtime activist and writer for social justice, I've participated in and written about the many forms of the fight for justice that our communities have taken up. And this is indeed the time to seize the moment. About 40 years ago, I was involved in and wrote about another time when East Asians, in particular, people who looked Japanese, were under attack because of the collapse of the auto industry, and a young man named Vincent Chin was killed. And that was a time when our communities came together, because even though that was Vincent Chin who was killed for looking Japanese, it could have been anybody in our communities who looked East Asian. And so today we are at another time like this, when anybody who looks Chinese can be attacked. And of course, that's every East Asian. And since we are still in the post 9/11 period, when anybody who looks Muslim and South Asian people are under attack, that pretty much includes our entire AAPI community. So this is the time for us to come together, to stand together, and to say we will not be ignored or blamed for any of the crises that are happening in the world today. So I've also had the privilege of chronicling some of Asian Health Services stories. When Sherry approached me a few years ago to help write about the story of the legacy of Asian Health Services and how it came to be. And so I was already aware of how Asian Health Services has been amazing in not only providing vital services to the community, but also fighting for the advocacy for those communities. But in just being able to delve into and interview some of you on the history of how Asian Health Services navigated these 40 plus years of keeping to its vision of empowering the communities, that is a story that really, to me, epitomizes the model of what Asian Health Services is today in seizing the moment. And so in more recent times, I've seen how AHS really pioneered the creation of this One Nation Commission to stand up and bring together AAPIs from around the country about public charge and that attack on our communities. And now to do that around the dual threats, the dual pandemic of COVID and racism. And to say that our communities deserve to be in the picture, that we have a narrative to tell, that our full humanity should be recognized, and that our communities deserve in this democracy to be treated with the full human dignity of all other people, that our communities matter too. So thank you, Asian Health Services, for this incredible award. Thank you to all the supporters. Please keep on supporting Asian Health Services, because AHS teaches us how to seize this moment.
Thank you. Thank you to Ms. Zia. Thank you, Helen, for bringing your energy, your words, putting words where we can't find them sometimes, bringing a voice to those who aren't often heard, and shedding a light on those who find themselves lost in the shadows so many times. I have to tell you that I honestly feel that Asian Health Services does a lot of that as well. And that's why the honoree was so special tonight. That's why all of our honorees are special tonight, because they, like you, help bring those services to those who need them the most at the time when they are most needed. And we need your help, of course. As best you can, continue to look for those donate buttons and look for opportunities to connect with AHS. And our opportunity to connect with you, well, you may have seen these guys. You may have heard these guys and said, I would really like to get them for a private concert, TV, movies, maybe on NBC's hit show, The Sing-Off. Well, they're here for you under the good graces of AHS tonight, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you with great pleasure the Philharmonics.
Here's a song dedicated to all the Asian Health Services doctors and clinical staff who served as the front line during this pandemic.
Thank you for caring for our Asian immigrants and refugee community, even in the face of adversity.
We go together, better than birds of a feather, you and me. We change the weather. I'm feeling heat in December when you're around me. You're the medicine in the pain, the texture inside my brain. Baby, I know it's obvious. I'm a sucker for you. See the way and I'll go anywhere blindly. I'm a sucker for you. I'm a sucker for you. Any road you take, you know you can't find me. I'm a sucker for all the subliminal things no one knows about you, about you, about you, about you. And you're making the typical me, make my typical for you. It's true. I'm a sucker for you. The medicine and the pain, the tattoo is on my brain. Baby, I know it's obvious. I'm a sucker for you. See the world and never want to get funny. I'm a sucker for you. Any road you take, you know you can't find me. I'm a sucker for all the subliminal things no one knows about you, about you, about you, about you. And you're making the typical me, make my typical for you. It's true. I'm a sucker for you. You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on, to turn me on. Just need your body, baby. From dusk till dawn, from dusk till dawn. Don't need experience to turn me out, to turn me out. Just leave it all up to me. I'm gonna show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm more compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. Yeah. Whoa. Come on. Get to know my dirty babe. If you wanna impress me, if you wanna impress me, can't be too flirty, mama. Flirty, mama. You know how to undress me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to be your fantasy. Maybe you could be mine. Just leave it all up to me. We can have a good time. Yeah. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm more compatible with. Just want your extra time and your la 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 kiss. Hey, break it down. All right, guys, repeat after me. You don't have to be rich, what? To be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. You don't have to be rich, what? To be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. Don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular side I'm not compatible with. I just want your extra time and your la 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 kiss.
Outstanding. Oh man, I love these guys. I've loved them since the very first time I saw and heard them. And now here they are. Because of Asian Health Services, bringing us together, we seized the moment tonight, I'd say. But you can still do that, folks. You can still support AHS because their silent auction continues till tomorrow at 6 p.m. The link is bit.ly/AHS silent auction. So keep that in mind and make sure you get that last bid in there. Also, make sure you can donate anytime you want to. That link is still active, of course. I want to thank you for your support, for supporting AHS, for the community that built it and the community that supports it. We have the Gala committee. We want to thank them for doing that outstanding job for tonight's big change to a virtual event. The host committee members, the sponsors, the many sponsors, make sure you watch for their names as well. We have the event staff for tonight's special type of event. The AHS board and foundation board members, of course, always there to make things happen no matter what the need. Thank you to the staff in general that keeps AHS running day to day. The patients who are like family, and the volunteers. The volunteers without whom none of this would be possible. They are the lifeblood of AHS. Well, on behalf of Asian Health Services and NBC Bay Area, my name's Mike Inoue. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight, for continuing to support. Normally I'd say drive home safely, but right now I'd say log off safely. Or no. First go hit that donate button, and then we'll see you later. Take care.